Good morning. Good morning. It is July the 8th. It is 3:20 a.m. I'm an insomniac. I have a problem sleeping. Um Social media for social change. I was making this movie, still am making this movie, have not completed this movie. I started this movie out of my Storm Falls Road. My Storm Falls Road was financing that movie. I was grossing $260,000 a year. In September 2006, I contacted Governor O'Malley and I told Governor O'Malley I was making a movie called Get Shorty, and it was a Get Shorty program. That program is over there, right? Now, what I did is I broke down the whole thing for 13 years, and that's right here. You can go to Megan Pringle from WBAL. She has this. You can go to Vanessa Attenberry from the House of Delegates. She has this. You can go to Governor Hogan. He has this. President Trump has this. Brian Frost has this. Governor Hogan has this. Making a movie about your prison industry and mass incarceration, the money that you make off of black bodies. Now y'all got a thing going on about Black Lives Matter. No, I started this in 2006. It was about ending the war on drugs. It was about the money that you make off of it. Governor O'Malley created a political machine. And parts of his machine, the main parts of his machine was the police department and the state's attorney's office. That's how he makes his machine work. He reinvented slavery, and he did it in an economical way. When Kwasi and Fumi signed off on the Bill Clinton crime bill in 1986, that's what Governor O'Malley did. He perfected that. He reinvented slavery. Y'all don't talk about racism in the Democratic Party because you got white people working with black people, so you don't call them racist. No, racism doesn't work without black cooperation, and that's what this movie was about. That's Governor O'Malley. All right, y'all say y'all in the details. That's Governor O'Malley. That's Commissioner Chief Hyatt, Bernstein, and Shellenberger. That's how he used that stop and frisk and zero tolerance in 2006 till forever. He had Shellenberger, he had Bernstein, he had Chief Johnson, and he had Belfield, and all it was doing is locking them up, and the state's attorney was doing whatever they told him to do. You had thousands and thousands of people that was illegally incarcerated. So I came up with the idea of filing a class action lawsuit about the war on drugs. All right. That's Pastor Harris, all right?
Hello, this is David Chambersini with the U.S. District Court for the District of Maryland. We spoke yesterday concerning your information and evidence about the Baltimore City Police Department. Returning your call from this morning, sorry we have not written to you yet involving further instructions. You wanted to wait until we received your materials. We actually did receive them today. What we're going to do right now is we're trying to find the best contact at the U.S. Attorney's Office to send these materials to. Once we get that information, I will draft you an email with just more information, some contact info, so you can check it to see how the status of that's going. If you could confirm your email address for me, I believe it's bshortman@gmail.com. But if I have that mistaken, just give me another call. I think you have my number, but it's 410-962-3228. Talk to you soon. Bye.
That's Judge Bennett's clerk, and Judge Bennett's clerk sent that to Robert Hurd, the Department of Justice. No, Robert Hardin, the Department of Justice. I got a Department of Justice file from 1986 to 2020. I got an FBI file from 1986 to 2020. I was an activist in 1986. I wanted to end the war on drugs in my community to stop the violence and the killings. All right. Now, like I said, I was going to do this through social media for social change. I use YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter and MySpace. I started with MySpace, but I went to Patricia Clark. You work for Patricia Cook. You work for we're coming after your money. Bank of America, SunTrust Bank, Brother Insurance, Insurance Incorporated. I was showing you the money that you make off the prison industry and the 401ks that are tied to it. I got a 35-second video where I tried to press these criminal charges because the state of Illinois, the state of Maryland, and the state of Illinois participated in fraud. You moved money through the bank. You took money from me. You emptied my bank account, and you moved money. So there's no limit on that. Here you go.
You work for Position Cook. You work for
Bank of America.
How long have you been knowing me?
More than 10 years.
Is there a law against? Is there a statute of limitation on fiduciary fraud?
Not to my knowledge.
All right. See, Bank of America knows that Jake and Jim forged my name and on them checks. Bank of America, I'm gonna have Bank of America file charges against Jake and Jim, or else I'm gonna have to include Bank of America in my lawsuit. We're gonna do this legally in a court of law. Thank you for being my friend.
I'm happy to be your friend.
I love you
right.
in more ways than one.
All right, take care.
All right.
That's in Towson, Maryland. That's my account. I mean, my bank accountant. That's my accountant for my banking at Bank of America. I'm out $2.6 million in lost wages. I was grossing $260,000 a year.
A meeting for racial profiling. I'm a victim of racial profiling. Y'all took my property. Y'all labeled me a terrorist. Chief Johnson did this. Bernstein did this. Shellenberger did this. And Senator Cardin know about this. Senator Cardin, Stevens, I filed a complaint with y'all in 2007, man. And y'all sitting up here bamboozling the people talking about forming a new bill. They don't need a new bill. They need to enact the same laws. You need to hold Bernstein, Shellenberger, Chief Johnson, and Gov.O'Malley accountable. This is about the 2000 elections. This is about public accommodations. This is about our rights, man. Y'all came here talking about this, and this is justice, Jimmy Justice. This is about y'all's judicial system. It's about us. And word on the street. And right here it says Judge Boris, Judge Quinn, Congressman Cummings, Senator Cardins, Senator Ben Cardins. Y'all been knowing about this issue, so y'all ain't doing nothing but a dog and pony show. Y'all ain't doing the rights of the people. Y'all came up here to pacify the people, to put a pacifier in their mouth to keep them shut up. And that's one of Senator Cardin's people. Constituent Services out of Washington, D.C. And she ain't trying to talk to me. Dog, like I said, the movie was about our government's failure and refusal to address the issue.
So what I did is I was making a movie and documentary. I got 13 years from 2006, 14 years from 2006 to now. Senator Cardins, Mikulski, Senator Van Hollen, David Irwin, Scott Shellenberger, Greg Bernstein, Commissioner Belfield, Jane Miller, Megan Pringle, Vanessa Attenberry, the Maryland Black Caucus, Governor Hogan, Governor O'Malley, Governor Schaefer, Governor Ehrlich. I got all this documented through social media for social change. I don't need you to sign a movie release. If you contact Ellen DeGeneres today, the Ellen DeGeneres Show, I sent her a tablecloth and I sent her the storyboard about Frederick Douglass, about being a slave. I sent it to Ellen DeGeneres. I sent President Trump one. And that one that I sent President Trump is for, let me show you right now. I sent President Trump one. I sent Ellen DeGeneres one. All right. So we don't have no misunderstandings. You can track this. Anything I said, it's right here. You can track the numbers. You can go to Vanessa Attenberry and get this right here from Vanessa Attenberry. Delegate Vanessa Attenberry has this, the House Judiciary Committee. All right. Megan Pringle, WBAL has this. Governor Hogan has this. President Trump has this. You don't want to talk about race and racism because it's a money-making machine in America. Like I said, that's Washington, D.C. Monday, the 29th of June. You got that. That's Ellen DeGeneres, Burbank, California. She got that last Tuesday. You feel me? I spent $42 to mail that off so we can address race and racism. You say that you want to address it, well, we're going to see about it. I got everything I need right here. I want to go to court, and we're going to take this to court. Because on this, we have emails, we have cell phone records, we have, let me show you what we have. Dun, 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 dun. We got Twitter. All right. Brian Frost. We got Donald Trump. We got notifications. All right. Notifications. Then we got messages. Here go T.J. Smith. T.J. Smith ran for office, and this is what T.J. Smith did. Like I said, I'm going to break all y'all down. T.J. Smith, Commissioner Belfield, Commissioner Johnson, Batts, Davis, Harrison, whoever in politics, I'm going to break you down. Governor O'Malley created this mob machine, and he needed the courts to do it. And that's how he did it. And T.J. Smith, T.J. Smith, damn, he got a lot of shit in here. T.J. Smith came down here from Anne Arundel County. He came down here from Anne Arundel County with Commissioner Davis. And T.J. Smith was the black face to help white supremacy go on. All right? That's what T.J. Smith was. Been knowing T.J. Smith, and we've been on Facebook. That's February 2017. Message. You got a criminal I want to turn in. Commissioner Davis got my complaint. All right? State of Illinois. All right? He got all of this. You feel me? Making a movie about y'all. Dear, hello, my name is Shorty. See all this? TJ. He got the videos. That's Commissioner Davis. Are you for or against mandatory minimums on the gun law?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. This is business.
How are you? No such thing as a mandatory minimum. It's
A mandatory. Are you for it? Why are you for it?
The city needs to.
Why does the city? What if mandatories didn't stop and frisk, and you had the Department of Justice just come here and do a dissent decree, and mandatories don't work? What other alternatives have you offered other than locking people up?
I encourage you to.
I'm already here. That's why I'm here, because you got to go through the door. You know how I am. All right.
You know how I am.
All right. You good at evading questions. You know, I holler. All right. Everybody got to come through this door, right? You got to go to work at City Hall. You got to go to work at the police department. You got to go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, I am at your front door. I'm at your front door with this camera. All right. That's T.J. Smith. And the last, that's social media for social change. Met T.J. Smith at when Commissioner Davis was doing his thing. Then I seen T.J. Smith out at Walmart out in Randallstown. And I told T.J. Smith about my situation. T.J. Smith said he couldn't get involved. But T.J. Smith got a lot of information. It's the Baltimore dissent decree. T.J. Smith. And that was our last contact. All right. So that's 3 years with T.J. Smith, Commissioner Belfield, Commissioner Davis, Commissioner Chief Johnson, Commissioner Chief Hyatt. Chief Hyatt is a witness for all this. Like I said, I'm coming after your police and I'm coming after your money. I'm about defunding the police, defunding the police department. If I don't defund you, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to file class action lawsuits 2020. 2021, 2022. We're going to start filing class action lawsuits. I'm going to file them here in Maryland because your state's attorney knowingly locked up black people in Baltimore City and Baltimore County, and you did it to make money for the Democratic Party. It's racketeering and fraud in the courts. You use your state's attorney's office and the grand jury to do it. Then GOP Carter wrote Senate Bill 374 to deny private citizens access to the grand jury. Tawanda Jones, Kelly Davis, Marcella Holloman, anybody that got a case against the Baltimore City Police Department can go to the grand jury, but they can't go to the grand jury because Vanessa Attenberry, Delegate Clippinger, Brooks, Lieberman, they wrote Senate Bill 372 to keep you from going to the grand jury. Now that's the fucked up part about it. See, but the Constitution said that you got a right to access the court. The 1964 Public Accommodation Act say that. You feel me? So Marilyn Mosby, you can't be telling me I can't come to your office and abandon me and shit like that. That's against the law. All right? You can't tell Tawanda that she can't take her case to the grand jury, that she ain't got enough evidence. Because she does. Let the grand jury decide if the evidence is there or not. Because I'm going to the courts. The Department of Justice got my information. The FBI got my information. Shellenberger had it. Bernstein had it. Mosby had it. Jessamy had it. Commissioner Davis had it. Belfield, Batts, Harrison, Ed Norris. Y'all had this. I was making a movie about y'all. About your prison industry. All right? 2008, your prison industry. I'm a whistleblower right there. The Whistleblowers Act. Ivan Bates, Hassan Giordano, making a movie about the Democratic Party, and I gave you the law. Shellenberger. All right? Financial crimes against vulnerable individuals. You feel me? And these are the people that got it. It's notarized. Y'all had this since 2012. Now, since 2012, you didn't have this dissent decree in the Department of Justice go at the Baltimore City, but you ain't had them come out Baltimore County. I wanted to file a $2.5 billion class action lawsuit against Baltimore County and Baltimore City about your courts and the corruption in your courts. Ivan Bates said that I can't do it because there's a statute of limitations. You just heard Bank of America say there ain't no statute of limitations on fraud, fiduciary fraud in the court, and when money involved. You took money out my account. You forged checks. You forced me to pay fines and fees that I didn't have to pay because I was innocent. It's my producer, Rob Fix. All right. While I was in jail, my producer sent me this. All right. That's the Department of Corrections. This is the Jailhouse Diary. All right. Movie releases. That's a Jailhouse Diary, and that's a movie release. That's a movie release. State of compliance. That's a movie release for James Hammond. See, when he signed it 2008, it's a movie release from James Hammond. Movie release from Hazel Norman. Okay? Movie release for Judge Foreman. Order to return my property. (2011). Order to return my property because that property consisted of storyboards. I had 13 storyboards. I had 13 movies. I had contracts. I had movie releases. And I had supporters of Shorty. Making a movie about your Democratic Party. Making a movie about your prison industry. And these are the people that knew I was making the movie. Jeremy Stemick had a case in Illinois. He went to court the same day I went to court. And he walked out of court and he ain't got no record. He paid his lawyer to wash his case. All right? See that? Like I said, this is the Jailhouse Diary from Maryland. handwritten. Getting ready to get it published. I'm going to try to get it made into a movie like the Khalif Browder story. Because it's a hell of a story. That's one movie. This is another movie. It's called The Minority Report. It's all about Al Redmer and Governor Hogan, the new face of old Jim Crow. See, black people is insured, and y'all insured, and the insurance commissioner carries that policy. So I went to the insurance commissioner, Mr. Redmer, and I asked about my insurance, and told him about President Obama and the movie I was making. Governor Congressman Cummings, Card, Mikulski, ACLU. It's the Minority Report. And the state took property from me. They took a truck, a computer, and the contents of the vehicle was worth $130 million. That's right here. Like I said, the Khalif Browder story. The entire contents of the defendant's vehicle, a 1999 Chevy Suburban. All right. 9:15 a.m. September. See that? That's a body attachment. Nobody went to jail. Nobody returned my property. Making a movie about the prison industry, and President Obama asked for an investigation. That's me, 2000 and what? President Obama. I love it when a plan comes together. I don't want nobody to say they left out the loop. This is when the Baltimore City Police Department came in my house and they put guns to my head. They threatened to blow my head off. They was going to kill me. This was about Gov.O'Malley's Mom Machine and his jump out boys. He got a crew with the Maryland State Police Department and Baltimore City Police Department. And Baltimore County Police Department got a crew of officers that do whatever O'Malley tell them to do. All right, that's the case number right there. I got detailed records, man. I got detailed records. Yeah. See that? DD Shortman, gmail.com. Whistleblower. I'm a whistleblower on the courts. Like I told you, I go to jail for the right reasons. In 1986, I went to jail for turning in guns and drugs to the police. I shot the town up for like 45 minutes. I turned in guns and drugs to the police at the police station, and here's the case. Possession of cocaine and marijuana, city of Waukegan, 1986. All right. And I signed it. Turned in guns and drugs to the police because I wanted to end the war on drugs and stop the violence. Commissioner Harris, you want to stop the violence in Baltimore? End the war on drugs. You want to stop the violence in Baltimore? End the war on drugs. That's me. Honorably discharged veteran of the United States Navy. 1977, 78, 79, I transported and moved and sold drugs in the United States and across. I was in the Navy. They taught me how to sell drugs. They taught me how to transport. They taught me how to be a criminal. If you look at this right here, I'm an honorably discharged veteran. But if you look at my paperwork, it was for drugs, it was gambling and loan sharking and prostitution. That's what I did when I was in the Navy. All right. I was administrative assistant to the engineering officer on the USS Mississippi. All right. I know about latitude and longitude where we used to drop drugs off and people used to come pick them up. Now, when they took that property from me in Illinois, they took that property. But like I said, This is 2007. All right, 2007. I regret I would not be able to be in your documentary. You ain't got to be in my documentary. You're a public official. I don't need you to sign off on nothing. You feel me? But that's Exhibit 4. Judge Sauter saying this, Judge Turnbull saying this, and y'all knew I was making this movie. You haven't given me my property back, and like I said in the beginning of this, you seen the Department of Justice. You see that? That's the Department of Justice. You see that? That's my Department of Justice file number. It's making a movie about you and your prison industry, and I use toilets to do it. It's called The Minority Report. This is the Maryland Diary. This is the Illinois Diary. All right. These are the originals. And I got everything documented. All right. Talks about evidence and Jake Davis and Judge Bridges and things of that nature. Okay. You stole the Jailhouse Diary from 1986, but right here is where my lawyer participated in the fraud. Tampering with mail is an illegal offense. I'm a whistleblower. My lawyer, Thomas Saunders, my lawyer, Jerome Joyce, my lawyer, Mr. Bailey, all knew I was blowing the whistle. All my lawyers were public defenders, and neither one of my public defenders wanted to address this issue. I showed you where the public defenders, the state's attorneys, and the judges work together to incarcerate Black America. Can't prove me wrong. I did it in Illinois. I did it in Maryland. I did it in both states. I got a blueprint. That's my lawyer, Thomas Saunders. Tampering with mail is a federal offense. I'm a whistleblower. Eric Holder, Pennsylvania Avenue. Make copies and send to Eric Holder. Y'all was holding me illegally. You took my truck, you took my computer, you took the material that I was going out to Las Vegas to sell. Department of Justice, Bureau of Prisons, all right? Federal violations, federal investigations, FBI, California. That's my brother, William Lewis Davis. All right? FBI, Richard McPhilly, Patrick Dugan, supervisor. Care of legal mail, response required. While I was in jail, I was doing this. I was doing my own paperwork, my own legal work, because my lawyer wasn't defending me. You feel me? Legal mail. Powell, ACLU, notarized. Bernstein, Miss Leon. All right, ACLU help. ACLU help. ACLU told me to go fuck myself, and I got a case filed with the ACLU. I'm gonna show you the ACLU is just collecting money off of black bodies. They getting money off of black people, and that's all the ACLU is doing. All right. Maryland Black Caucus. See that? Ed North. You see that? You're gonna love the story when it unfolds in front of you. All right. You see that? I am Dred Scott. I am Dred Scott. Dred Scott was a decision in 1857 that said blacks have no rights in which white America respects. ACLU, you don't respect nothing but black money. You get money off of black bodies. That's Jerome Joyce, Officer of the Public Defender. All right. That's my case file with the ACLU. I told them I wanted my paperwork back because they wouldn't do nothing with it. They had evidence exposed in Mosby. They had evidence exposed in the whole thing, and they didn't do nothing with it. Tony Holiness, ACLU. Trey Murphy, ACLU. Sergio, ACLU. Amber Taylor, ACLU. Y'all got evidence to do this, and y'all won't do nothing with it. So I asked for my evidence back. When I asked for it back, you gave me all of it back. Then I started putting toilets in front of the ACLU. Because like I said, it's the Minority Report. And I use toilets to get my message out. That's a toilet, commode of motion. And I put that toilet in front of the Towson Courthouse because of race and racism. I put that toilet in front of the Towson Courthouse because I was exposing Governor O'Malley and his crime machine, his play-to-play political machine. I was supposed to sue. I was suing y'all, and I'm going to refile that lawsuit with Bank of America. See the date? 1402 Lochner. You kidnapped me from my home, so I couldn't file this lawsuit. State of Maryland, Bank of America, SunTrust Bank, Brother Insurance. See it? Maryland, Governor O'Malley. That's the case right there. See it? Sanctuary. I am Dred Scott. Now, if you go to Senator Antonio Hayes, he got a book and a documentary called I Am Dred Scott. And it's also a movie release it's a screenplay for I Am Dred Scott. I'm showing you that blacks have no rights in which white America respects. All right. So like I said, I'm coming after y'all's money. $2.5 billion class action lawsuit. You owe me $130 million for the property that you took from me in 2011. And these are the people that I want. Racism, white supremacy in the Democratic Party. Racism, white supremacy in the Democratic Party. You stole me from my family. You stole me from my family. You stole me from Africa. And this is going to tell the whole story. Ain't no law against making a movie. There is a law against kidnapping. There is a law against presenting false evidence to the grand jury. It is a law against using your political powers for personal and political gains. Like I said, Ellen DeGeneres got this. President Trump got this. Obama, Bush, Department of Justice, the FBI. Y'all don't want racism to go away. Y'all want to keep stirring the pot. Well, whoever stirs the pot must lick the spoon. And I'm the cook. Remember that. I'm the cook.